Why hello there, boys and girls. Today we'll be doing a problem involving a histogram. This is very exciting. 100 households in Warren Township took a survey on the number of people living in their household. The table below shows the responses of the households who took the survey. Use this data to complete the following problems. So in our left column, we have the number of people in the household, ranging from 1 all the way to 9 or more. The frequency column, our right column, is the number of people that have responded in that category. If we were to total up this frequency, we would get 100 households, as the problem states above. Now, this first problem says, draw a histogram to represent the data. Make sure you label your graph. Let's start labeling our graphs by writing a title. The title of this graph, let's make as Warren Households. Or Warren Households. Looks good. This is exciting. I love histograms. Histograms are my friends. We are going to label the x-axis with our left column. In this case, the number of people in household. So, the x-axis, number of people in the household. And we're going to label our axes. We had 1 to 2. We had 3 to 4. We had 5 to 6. We had 7 to 8. And we had 9 or more. Now, we're going to label our y-axis. The y-axis gets labeled with the frequency. Now, the frequency is the number of responses for those. So I'm going to label this the number of people, or number of households. That responded with that answer. Number of households. Knowing that 40 is my highest number of households and 3 is my least, I'm probably going to count up and make a span, a range by fives. A range by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 we can even go up to. Now I'm going to label these 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And now we can make the bars for our histogram. I'll start with the 1 to 2 people in the household, which has a frequency of 40. 1 to 2, frequency of 40. So here's my height. I'm going to make a nice little histogram. We then have 3 to 4, which is 27. So just over 25. 27. We have 22, just over 20. 5 to 6. I believe there was 9, 7 to 8, correct? Oh, 8. 8 and then 3 we still have to write on here. 8 and then 3. So there's 8. And there's 3. Sometimes I've seen people label the tops of their histogram with the frequency. 40, 27, 22, 8, 3. You can also get super fancy, and if you wanted to, you could color your histogram. Sometimes coloring is exciting. Sometimes it makes it stand out a little bit more. That's exciting. So now that we have our histogram, it's labeled. Both axes are labeled. I have a title. I've graphed my histogram. Now, let's answer some questions about the histogram. Describe the shape of this distribution using complete sentences. What does the shape mean in the context of the problem? Well, let's take a look at our shape. As we look at our shape, the shape looks to be skewed right, with the least number of households all the way to the right. So let's describe that shape. Our histogram is skewed right. What does this shape mean in the context of the problem? This shape means that the majority of households have fewer number of people. Have a fewer number of people. I might even add that there are the fewest households with a lot of people. Right? It's all in our interpretation, ending with a period. Last sentence here. How many households that took this survey had at least 4 people living in their household? Had at least 4, so 4 or more. 4 or more. Well, this is kind of tough here because I have a column of 3 to 4. 3 to 4. So let's say there's at least 22. And I don't know why this is disappearing. This is 22. There's 22. There's 8. And there are 3. At least 4. Let's say more than 4. Let's go with more than 4, not at least. So 22 had 5 or 6. 8 had 6 or 7, or 7 or 8, excuse me, and 3 had 9 or more. Therefore, how many households in this survey had more than 4 people living in their household? The answer would be, add those up, 33 households. Some things to remember when doing histograms. Mine has disappeared. Lovely technology. So make sure that we have everything labeled. It's always in the directions. Make sure you label your graphs. Be sure to give yourself enough space in between your frequencies. Label your frequencies on the y-axis. Give yourself enough space at the bottom of the graph in order to draw correct bars. Make it look nice. Coloring is an option. Labeling the frequency at the top of each histogram is also an option. I would strongly suggest for it. And always remember to pay close attention to your frequency. Make sure it all adds up. Make sure you're not missing anything. Have a great day, boys and girls. We'll talk to you later.